Today we're making homemade red cabbage sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is a nutritional powerhouse packed with probiotics that support your gut health, boost your immune system, and aid digestion. It's loaded with vitamin C, vitamin K, and fiber. When you make it at home, you know exactly what goes into it. No weird preservatives or pasteurization, no added sugars, just pure, simple ingredients. To begin, grab a head of red cabbage. Remove any tough outer leaves and leave them to the side for later. Then slice it as thinly as you wish. The thinner the slices, the quicker and more even the fermentation. You can use a mandolin, a food processor, or just a good old-fashioned knife. Transfer the cabbage to a clean bowl. If you've ever made fermented cabbage from scratch, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. I'm always curious how people tweak recipes to suit their taste. And if you haven't made it, I hope this video inspires you to give it a try. Next up, add 2 tablespoons of fine salt. Salt is key, not just for flavor, but because it draws moisture out of the cabbage, creating a natural brine that keeps unwanted bacteria at bay, while giving the friendly lactobacillus bacteria the perfect environment to thrive. Now it's time to get your hands in there. Massage the cabbage firmly by squeezing and twisting. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes and you'll start noticing that the cabbage softens and releases a deep purple liquid. This is your brine, and it's all you need for the fermentation to begin. You'll know you're done when the cabbage feels limp and you can press it down and see a small pool of brine forming underneath. Transfer your cabbage into a clean glass jar a little at a time. I'm using a jar specially designed for fermentation and will link it in the description below if you want to check it out. Make sure to pour all of that purple brine in there as well. You want to press it down to eliminate air pockets and ensure the cabbage is submerged under the brine in order to avoid spoilage. If needed, you can add a little bit of boiled cold water to top it up. I used the saved outer leaves of the cabbage to push the shredded cabbage under the brine, and I also used a fermenting weight to hold everything in place. Cover the jar. This particular one has a one-way valve to allow built-up gas to escape. Store the jar at room temperature away from direct sunlight. You'll start seeing bubbles in a couple of days, and it can be eaten as soon as 1 week after if you want a milder taste. For a tangier, sharper taste, you can choose to leave it to ferment longer, for another week or so, depending on how warm your kitchen is. Once you're happy with the flavor, you'll want to store the jar in the fridge, where it will keep for several months. This will also slow down the fermentation process dramatically. Sauerkraut is the perfect addition to salads and main meals, and an easy way to support your gut health. When serving, always remember to use a clean utensil to avoid any contamination. I also use white cabbage for sauerkraut, and I hope to try my hands at kimchi someday. As you can see, homemade sauerkraut is incredibly cheap to make and so easy that once you try it, you'll wonder why you ever bought the store-bought version. 1 head of cabbage costs a fraction of what you'd pay for a jar of quality sauerkraut, and the satisfaction of creating this traditional food in your own kitchen is priceless. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I post a new video every week, and I will catch you next time. Bye!